Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. New day, new week. We're going to talk about Binance and how to actually physically use it. A lot of people are asking me how to use a stop function, so I'm going to go through it in more depth. If you need cryptocurrency, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button, thumbs up, it'd be awesome. I'm going to teach you how to use the biggest and probably at the moment, as it stands anyways, the best exchange in the market where you can physically hold your coins, you can physically trade them, and most importantly, feel a bit more safe within doing that. However, I will explain a few things. So throughout the whole video, there'll be a lot of value. There'll be how to use it, how to physically save money and not having to worry about TradingView, and also how to use stop losses, which are quite important. So I'll see you very, very soon. Right, let's talk about Binance. Now, Binance is, as it stands, probably the biggest exchange out there. It's been around since about 2017, early-ish. It's kind of became quite big very, very quickly, certainly over a bear market, and there's a lot of things that are going on with Binance that I want to highlight in this video as well. So if there's certain buzzwords that you probably lost with, check out the pinned comment, which will be my Telegram group, and you can always message me there. Ask some questions in there. I'm pretty sure some of my community will help you out because they're fucking awesome. So let's have a look at Binance now. First of all, if you're completely new to cryptocurrency, you may have just heard of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, maybe XRP, and a few other little nods to coins, and you've probably heard a few online, or you've seen it on the likes of eToro, or even if you're watching the football in the Premier League, you see it dotted around in places, cryptocurrency, how to do this and the other. Now, where the frick do you buy them? Binance is one of the best places you can buy. Now, let's have a few disclaimers first. Trading is risky. Holding coins on an exchange is risky. So please ensure you invest in appropriate wallet education. There's links below to my courses. I go through wallet in quite big depth and how I do certain things, certainly offline essentially. And the fundamentals of this is simple. How to buy, how to sell, and how to put a stop loss on. When you are investing in cryptocurrency, you've got to make sure you've got one or two things correct. Your education has to be on point, and your research has to be on point. Once you've done that, you just need to figure out where the hell do I buy them. Easy. If you go on CoinMarketCap, today is quite a good day. We're not really. It's been an Asia rally, as I like to call it, where Monday morning in our Sunday night in Europe, essentially, it popped up. So, say for example, you want to buy Ontology. Random coin. I like the look of it. It sounds pretty cool. I've done my research. I like it. You should already know from your research, but just to double check and clarify yourself, because it doesn't always have it on the website, you want to have a look at the Markets tab on CoinMarketCap, and you want to find out where they are housed. Now, for me, I wouldn't even touch the top ones because that's hit BTC. And also, one thing to make very, very clear, CoinMarketCap is great for information, but not for data. It is an API, it gets data from all over the place, and it's not always bang on, right? Because there's a lot of wash trading that's not really hidden from the APIs. It's not their fault, they've just got an API system that finds everything. They just put it all onto a website, it's basically an aggregator. So take what you will with it, with a big pinch of salt. So look at the Binance one. Look at exchanges first. Find an exchange that is physically good, and Binance is one of them, which is why I'm bringing it to you. You've got other exchanges on here which are pretty decent as well. Not the greatest exchanges in the world on here, I'll be honest with you. I've used KuCoin, that's okay, very, very low liquidity, and that's probably about it. I'll be honest with you, if I wanted to trust an exchange. Now, let's look back at Binance, and let me just show you how to use it. Now, signing up's easy, just follow the information, you put your email address and your password, and you always set up a 2FA. Get your mobile phone. But some cases different. I do not use my mobile phone if I'm playing with big amounts. I have a different exchange account, right? Let's talk about security. Exchanges can be hacked, your phone can be phished, and all that shit can go majorly wrong. Simply, if you click on a wrong link on Telegram, it can lead to a backdoor information portal which will kind of show off your phone. Not good. Once people know your password, once people know your email address, which is kind of important as well, they link it together and they can discover your 2FA. When that happens, they can get into your account. Kind of fucking scary. So I use a different account for big sums. So I've got ledgers, I've got, my Ether wallets essentially all over the place. And if I'm going to use a big amount to cash in, I use something else. Very, very important. This is my trading account. I don't really care as much. It's about $1,000 on here. This is my premium sort of account. This is my old account actually. I've got a new one. But this has got a lot of data on it. This is kind of cool. I like it, and I don't mind showing it off in public essentially. So the way it goes is simple. If you're going to do secure trading, make sure you're only risking what you can't afford. What you can't afford. That'll be bad advice. What you can afford. And always ensure that you are using the correct procedures, what they are recommended, i.e. 2FA. Ensure that you have a very long password. Ensure that you've got a decent email address as well, which is not really that public. And the fundamentals of all that is simple. You do not want to get hacked. It's simple as that. Because if they get one account, they might get another. So don't be lax on it. Right, you signed up. Imagine that. Cool. You go into your funds, and all you need to do is go to your balances. Now you're going to see my balance now. It's not the greatest in the world. I'll be honest with you. Got my PundX in there. Now PundX, if you want to join this, right, this is a bit of a laugh for you. Not really a laugh, it's kind of a bit serious. We're going to do on my Telegram a Pundy challenge, right? We're going to hold it for 5 years. You're going to buy $100 of it. You're going to hold for 5 years. You've got one sell opportunity and one rebuy only within that 5 years. So that I think it was the 10th of April we decided, 2024. So within that period of time, you can sell it for profits. The 100% of them profits can go back into it at a lower point, and you hold it. That is all we're going to do. Now, why PundX? Adoption's pretty cool. The point of sale systems are pretty cool. All that kind of stuff. The blockchain phone. Also, the supply decreases over time. It's quite good fundamentals. With the massive supply it's got now, it's relatively low in price. It will gradually shrink, and it'll get less. It'll get less. Scarcity. It's good. So this, as it stands, is my very, very luxurious, awesome looking, massively bullish, not really, this is my premium account essentially. So what I'm using on this is what I trade on premium. So at the minute I'm in VeChain because of the summit, and I'm also in Litecoin for the halving. So I've got a lot more Litecoin laying around elsewhere, but this is just more my trading pot. So I've grown this from $250. I put a bit more capital in, I put an extra 600 in, and then it's now what you see now. That is pretty much the price of it. So it's growing up each month. You can see the results on that. But this is the balances, so you can see. I know I'm going around to the long way around, but I'm trying to get as much value to you guys as I can. If you're looking at deposit in Bitcoin, all you do, you go into there and you press deposit. Cool. You can see some of my oldie ones here. So that's it. Really, really straightforward. With Binance, you can also buy with Visa and MasterCard now in certain countries, not all countries. This is your address, so you copy that, and wherever you're sending your Bitcoin from, you paste it into there. Now, what is good about Binance, which I really like, you can go and trade into different stable currencies. I use Tether because it's got the most liquidity. Pax is probably the most safest in terms of regulation and shit, but all the same, they're all stable-ish currencies. Now, I like to trade in USD at the moment. It's kind of cool. But the fundamentals are you want to grow your Bitcoin. So ideally, if Bitcoin pops in sats, you can go into any altcoin, and I want to show you now. So if you go into the balances, for example, you can press the trade button, and you can pick whatever freaking trade pairing you want to get rid of it in. So say, for example, if you want to put it back into USD because the fiat value's gone up, yeah, you can easily do that. Or if you want to do it in Bitcoin because the Satoshi values are higher than Bitcoin, you can do that. There's certain ways of doing that. You can find out that in my premium channel if you really want to go balls deep in trading, but this is just for beginners. So the quickest way of doing it is go on to the likes of CoinMarketCap, and you can see, for example, you're up 86.86% even on fiat version, and then you're down in Bitcoin on XRP. That's an example of it. So back to Binance. Anyway, so you got your money in, cool. Now you've got two different functionalities you can use. You got basic, easy, and you've got advanced. There's no real difference, right? So let me just go light. There we go, because I'll probably look a bit better if it's light. This is relatively straightforward. Now, I mentioned at the start I'm going to show you how to save money. I'm going to show you that with the TradingView element of it. But first, I want to go through what this is. It's straightforward. Now, this is just buy Bitcoin, right? So say, for example, we want to buy a different coin. Now, we want to buy in Bitcoin as a pairing. And what should we look for? let's have a look at Wabi. Why Wabi? I don't know. Why not? Where is it? There it is. So, you've got Wabi. Cool. It looks like it's found a bit of support there and it's rode that wave up nicely. This is on a daily time frame. Now, for timings, let's go to timings first and we'll go through the whole functionality of it. So, the first thing people look at is a chart. They're like, oh, what is it? If you're completely new, recommended, check the links below, do a course because you will get completely goggled. Now, in terms of how to and all that kind of stuff, yeah, it's easy when you know what you're doing. Now, that is it. That is the Binance chart for Wabi. You can adapt this and go to TradingView. Now, this will be a bit more advanced. It's got different things on it and you can do certain things. I want to go through that in a bit. But what you need to kind of know is what's on the screen. Sell orders, buy orders. Red, green. Following so far? Cool. These are the different pairings. I've already just showed you that. This is the trading history and this is where you do your buys and sells. Right? So, you pick your price. You always do a limit price. Do not go for a market order because you'll just waste your money. Stop limit. Now, how does this work? So, it's the same as anything really. It's just a limit order. So, when you do a limit order, it puts it on the book and you're in a queue for it to be bought. Okay? Because someone needs to buy your coins that you're selling or you need to buy someone's coins that they're selling. Make sense? Cool. Easy. Right. You put your price in, you put the amount that you want to buy, and if I just put in a random order, let's just put, I want to buy at 6. I want to buy, well, I can't really, I haven't got any Bitcoin. But what would happen is you put it in, you'd put in how much you want to buy, 250 Wabi, at that price, and it would go in at the order area, which would be, where would it be? It would be all the way down here, okay, at a lower price, okay? That makes sense? So 8613 even, it would go in there. You'd have an extra 250 would be lodged in that position there. Okay, you can also click on it. So if you want to click on, can you see the price moving in that box there? In this box, I'm pointing to the screen. I don't know why you can't see. You know, you can pick your price essentially. So when you're doing technical analysis, you can find support areas, support zones, and you can go in on a bounce or potential bounce. Now, again, education required. I'm not going to go too deep into that. But, you know, these order books do paint a good picture. Now, another good thing about these order books is you can press the depth button. The depth is where you can figure out if you're long-term bullish or bearish over the period of time. Why? Because it kind of shows a bit of an engulfing. If this is way higher than this, it's showing it's more bullish. Okay? Today, we're in a green day, everything's green, it's more likely to be more bullish. We're up 1.52% for example. Now, these numbers matter. You got the highs of the 24-hour period of the candle, the low, and then you got the volume. The volume matters. You do not want to buy a coin that has very limited liquidity. The best way to find the most volume hidden coins in terms of where to find it quickly, just press the volume tab and then just click up. And this is the lowest volumes, the ones that nothing is really happening at the moment. And then you've got the big ones. So, for example, Binance coin is very, very popular at the moment. Why? There's a coin burn happening. There's a summit happening in 2 days' time. There's also their decentralized exchange coming out, which will be very, very handy. I want to talk about that in a second. And there's also rumors of leveraged margin trading. Now, I know this is a very long video and I'm only getting to the crux of this. This is what you guys need to learn as an investor or if you're trading. If you have stumbled upon this video, you're going to learn every Monday. It's called Mentoring Monday. But for me, as an educator essentially, I like to teach people a lot of stuff. So yeah, there's your volume. Cool, easy peasy. Bitcoin Cash is flying at the moment, so volume's doing well. EOS is another one. It's got an announcement coming up. Wabi's doing very, very well recently because of announcements. Litecoin, don't have to talk about that too much. XRP's always got a good amount of volume of interest, and you've got Mainframe. Mainframe's finally popped. I've been mentioning this for a while with its product coming out today, essentially. So it's doing very, very well today. It was 69 cents, and that is actually now 81. So it's a good 20% gain minimum from that buying point. So that's kind of that bit. Now, what's down here? You've got your orders and your 24-hour history, which kind of shares what you've been doing. And they'll all appear on there. You'll have a cancel button that would make you cancel it, and you'll also have just data of when you did it, what you bought, what sort of order, and then obviously your price and your amount. And if it's filled, really straightforward. You can't really go wrong with it. Now, one of the biggest problems with Binance is it's very, it's not the nicest looking system in the world. You get other exchanges that look better, but this is very simplistic. It's very good. Now, if you want to make it a bit different, a bit more nicer on the eye, you go to the advanced version. I personally prefer the advanced version. It's a lot neater and tidy. You can see it. It's a lot better on the eye. Now, one thing that you need to do is just understand that there's differences. Now, why is there differences? This is all coloured at the top now. You can see that. This is where you get your orders in, as in where you can buy them. So this is if you want to buy Bitcoin, if you want to buy Binance, if you want to buy EOS, you just click on it and click on EOS. There it is. Now, this is showing the depth chart at the moment because I was originally on the depth chart. Go to original. There's the original Binance chart. It's just in a bigger format. Your sell orders, your buy orders, and your order history. Nice and simple. And you've also got your order history and all that kind of good stuff in there. Also, your funds if you're like, ooh, what have I got? Simple. Now, I mentioned at the start of the video how to save money. You've got a platform called TradingView. I use it a lot. You've probably seen it on my videos anyways. If you click on the TradingView tab, you can actually have the full Monty of TradingView on your chart. Now, I'm not going to go fully detailed into this, but you've got the full Monty here. You can put absolutely everything on here if you want to. Now, the biggest problem you got is if you refresh your browser history, it will all vanish. So make sure that you do not have a system where it refreshes very quickly. It'll cause a bit of an issue. Now, you can just make a very simple. There you go. You've now got the RSI on your chart. Now, what's great as well, you can just press the full screen button and off you go. Cool. You've got basically the full Monty of stuff here, and you can remove your stuff. You can make it nice and neat. You can put what else can you put on it? You put everything on it. You go long, there to there. You've got everything, right? So TradingView is a monthly subscription, but you can get it for free on here. Okay. I wouldn't advise it because you don't get as much. You get elements of it. You don't get the full Monty. You don't get alerts. You don't get certain things that you kind of rely on as a trader or an investor. But fundamentally, if you want to learn how to practice, you can practice for free here. It's basically the same system. It's just laid out a bit different. But the same tools, the same. You've got the. You've got the Fibonacci retracement. You've got everything. It works, and you can see here. Woo! Bang on the button. Lovely. So there you go. Right, that's the simple areas. And original one, it's just a bit boring. This is the default setting. This is the MACD. This is shit. Basically that. It's simple. So that's that, right? So let's talk about the stop losses. Why do they work differently on Binance? Now, they're not that bad. The problem you've got with a limit order is it's not a guaranteed stop. So if, say for example, it plummets like down the elevator very quickly, for example, you may have a problem. Now, what does it do? When you do a stop limit, okay, you set a trigger. So if it goes to a certain price, it will put in a limit order for you at a certain price. So you put it, okay, shit, it's getting to a certain point, right? Okay. So say, for example, on here, this line, okay? So see this line here? If I do that, will it do anything? Nope, it's crap. Let's do it on this one. Let me just put on a few little... Right, this makes more sense now. So say, for example, right, you look at this line here and you think, right, that would be the moving average 25, okay? On here, you're going to put a stop there, right? But what it does, it doesn't put a stop loss there, it triggers a stop loss, right? So let's just put a horizontal line in here just so you can see it. This period here, it would put in a stop. So at that range there, 10, 5, 9, 8, simple. What you would then do is you put a limit order here. So you'd set, and let's go back to the screen now. Cool. So in this box here, say for example on EOS, on this region here, let's put it in. So you put 10, 59, 8. Oh, I bolted it up here, look. Cool. So at that point there, if it hits that area there, so if this drops like a stone and it hits there, it would put in a sale order for that price there. Okay, does that make sense? I hope it does. It should make sense. It's not that hard. That is how the Binance system works. So what it does is it puts a limit order in here for a sell. I know that's in the buy order, but it's the same thing. You just put it in that box there for a sell. So if you've gone long here, okay, cool, you're in profit. you're using these moving averages as your trigger guide. You could take profits, but if you want to hold on to this trend for a bit longer, because the daily time frame is looking quite good, if you zoom in on the daily, you can see it. So that is what it would look like if you're playing on the 1 hour, but on the daily. So you'd probably be a lot lower on the daily. But it's very, very simple. All it does is, within a period of time, it would go, right, on here, okay, cool. It would put in a limit order in the book for you to get out of that coin if it goes to that point. Okay, it's good. It works, but if there's a massive dump and there's a massive load of market order dumps and there's panic, it will probably drop below it and the order won't get filled. It will just slice through it and it'll be like, oh no, it would stay there. And sometimes, more often than not, it would bounce at some point. It'll go back up and it'll pull you out later in the day. It sucks. So just always keep an eye on Binance. It's not the greatest stop loss limit in the world. So that's pretty much it. Okay, when you do any sort of order, they will appear in here. Now, if I go into USD, I don't think I've got anything really in here I can play with, really. Let's have a look. Can I do anything? I got a little bit. It probably won't even do this. Nah, there's not enough. Can I? Hold on. Wait there a second. Let me just put a random little silly order in. Don't want to do that. Let's not play around with it because I'll probably break it. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is because if you're putting a very, very low order in, it'll probably just eat it anyways. It's an arsehole. Should we just put a random buy order in? Actually, no, let's put a stop limit. Oh, I don't even know why I'm doing that because I'm not even holding it. Anyways, that's why. So what you need to do is, if you're going to put a low order in, just put it in like that. Just do that, and it probably won't even do it. Nah, it's not. It is nowhere near enough in my wallet to do it, so there's no point doing it. So there you go. That is Binance, okay? It's really, really straightforward to use. Obviously, you need to have at least $10 minimum in your account to actually play with it. You've got to put some money in because you're not going to get rich overnight with nothing, unless you're using leverage, and you're really, really good. So it's really, really straightforward. Now, other things you can do as well. You can favorite coins. Really, really straightforward. That's the Binance pairing, which is pretty powerful now. Bitcoin market, then you got altcoins. What are these? These are different pairings. So you got XRP pairing, you got Ethereum pairing, and I think that is probably it about now. Yeah. And you've also got USD, where you got Tether, you've got Pax, you've got USDC, you got yeah, other shit really. So there you go. Hit the subscribe button. I know it's been a very, very long video, but I hope you got some outstanding value from it, and it's been really, really good to kind of share what Binance is all about. It's one of the best exchanges out there, and it's one of the one of the leaders essentially. There's other things you can do as well. You got Binance Jersey, where it's a fiat gateway. This is the Binance Jersey version, where essentially, if I just get rid of it, you can basically refer yourself as a fiat gateway using the Binance system, and it's just basically got Euro and the Great British Pound. So there you go. I'll see you tomorrow, where we'll talk about something precarious in the market. I don't know what yet. Let's find something. Thank you for joining me in this video. Please do subscribe, hit the thumbs up button as well. You'll most likely feed my dog for the day, which is kind of important on why I'm doing this. But yeah, check out the previous video and check out what YouTube is recommending you to watch. It may be interesting, it may not be, but again, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.